Hello, hello. We are set for whatever this is going to be. Third round of the Group C Championship. Took part in the first round. The first round was at somewhere called Termas de la Hondo, or something like that. And I missed the second round because of Christmas activities. That was at SRO. But we're going to be back. And we're back for a doozy. So the third round of 6 is going to be Nordschleife. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to this. Not looking forward to this at all. So for the rest of the championship, round 4 is going to be the Daytona Road Course, which kind of fits for these Group C cars. And then we've got Road Atlanta. So Daytona will be 19th of January, so 2 weeks on Monday. And then I believe it's either 1 week or 2 weeks after that will be Road Atlanta, so that's 2nd of February. And then on the 16th of February, the last round will be Interlagos, so some good endurance tracks coming up. So very, very interesting. Now, I've had a little bit of a go around here. I don't know what my personal best is because I haven't actually got there yet. I haven't really done too many timed laps. I've done a couple of laps trying to figure out what my gear ratios are all are doing. So I think I need to move that. I'll move my overlays around again. There we go. Okay. Where's the save button? Save. So I think the sound is working, but we will double check. Let's turn that off so you can see what I'm doing, and we'll put the pedal camera on just so we can see that too. So only a single screen this time because we're in Automobilista 2. But okay, so I've loaded the setup. Not a shortcut. Take the final hairpin on the GP track onto the front straight. Final hairpin? Not sure why my pedal camera is zoomed in. I did say that I was going to adjust this. But I didn't get the chance over Christmas. There we go. It's a bit on the piss, but it will do. Right, we definitely got sound. That's a good start.
There's traffic behind. Watch your mirrors. Don't cross the white line.
So who am I following? I don't know why I got the lap time. So this is John Vandergeest in the other Sauber. So it's only going to be a 45-minute race. Problem with that is it's extremely close on fuel. Well, from my calculations, I turned in when he did. From the fuel calculations, he did say that it was only going to be like 6 laps for 45 minutes or so. Also depending on if there's an extra lap or not. Clearly a lot of people are trusting the downforce more than I am. It's either that or they've just whacked on all the downforce. To me, these cars just seem like they're going in fast forwards. It's just so quick. Everything comes at you so fast. Hoping actually not to use first gear on any of these corners. I mean, there's part of me that does want to battle other cars, but I just think there's no point. This isn't a racetrack to me. It's not. It's just not. To race other people around here, particularly when I haven't got a centre mirror. I can't take my eyes off the road. I've got to rely on my spotter.
Acknowledged. We'll have spotter calls from here, please, Claire.
To a great extent, and even then, the spotter's gonna kind of tell me there's a car at my rear quarter. Sometimes he overestimates the length of the car. But the race should be about 7 o'clock, which is in just over half an hour, just under half an hour. So we've got some interesting stuff coming up. So we're doing this series where this is the half distance of this series. What else have we got? We've got an R Factor 2 series that we started yesterday, which was the Mazda MX-5s. It looks like it's going to be a very one-sided championship because the person that won the race was doing lap times 2 seconds quicker than anybody else. That VOD is cut up and on the channel. We're also doing another Automobilista 2 series, which is coming up at near the end of January, which is the Euro Formula 3 Championship. I haven't driven the Formula 3 since all the physics upgrades, so whether or not it's going to feel any different to me. we did run the Formula 3 in a series that I did with another friend of mine. That was very interesting. I remember doing a race at Interlagos, which was started out wet and I couldn't see a damn thing. Fell off the track. Had to work my way back through the field. It was like 3 or 4 of us, with the rest of the field being AI, and had to claw my way through the field. And then it dried out. So in the end I was searching for wet patches and things to preserve my wet tyres, and it got very, very slippy in the end because the wet tyres were mush by the end. But I managed to come through and win it, but I was concentrating so much. Probably going to have to concentrate so much tonight as well. But the good thing is I can actually look in the mirrors. It took me a little while to figure out the gear ratios, because I think the captions are actually wrong. Because this game doesn't give you like a visual representation of the what you're doing with the gears. It's not like R Factor 2 where you've got like you can see the diagram. This doesn't do that. It just has numbers. It's not intuitive at all. So plenty of fiddling around. I always think that I'm braking too early for that corner. The last thing I want to do is run wide, you see. It's a bit weird not doing the 1970s version of this track, though. See, now that I've done a lap, it's now saying my estimate is down to 5 laps. So I think I don't want to do a pit stop. So I might put it on lean mode through the twisty sections. Where it will hurt me less, and then open it up down the straight. But I just don't want to make any silly mistakes, really. Made a silly mistake last night. This track has been given all the rubber, as you can see on the track. There was supposed to be 8 people that turned up last round at SRO. It was, I think, just after Christmas, 29th, something like that. The season or the series organizer, they blamed me, but all I did was ask whether there was different light conditions or weather, and they took that as, oh, how about we do that? So 8 signed up, but only 4 turned up. I mean, I arrived back home probably about 5 minutes before practice would have started for me, which is normally half an hour before the qualifying session. And I just didn't really have the energy to start up the computer and start fiddling with the stream, so. Because apparently he'd set it to be quite low light conditions at SRO, which has no night lighting. So that was a bit of a faux pas, I think. So there was a few people that started the race but didn't finish it because they were just, you know, what's the point? 4 other people on the track, or 3 other people on the track. But I really don't know why we've chosen this one. It just isn't a racetrack. It's going to be, if there's no kind of silly pushing and shoving, I just hope that if, you know, the fast guys hopefully are going to get their times out front and then just romp away with it. I'm hoping that they don't kind of get a time back in the pack and then expect it to bully their way through. Because it's hard enough driving this track with this car, let alone racing other cars on this track in this car. The track gets awfully narrow when you're going at speeds like this. I mean, I prefer actually racing at this track with the slower cars, to be honest. So I'm just going to have to keep my eye on the relative a bit. And another thing is that we're not doing a rolling start, so standing start, which
The leader's just done a 8:36.8 seconds.
That's Ed Jones. It's put in a lap time. I don't know what lap time I'm doing. I don't know if I'm anywhere near the 8:30s, to be honest. Got to start trying to relax my shoulders a bit. I was having thoughts last night about I want to invest in a belt tensioner because I think that would be quite cool. I was very conscious of my posture when I was thinking about that, and my posture is very, very bad in the sim rig. So I'd imagine a belt is possibly going to pull my shoulders back. It's probably going to help my posture. Because I sometimes tend to hunch over a little bit and it does my neck in. It's a really bad habit. Oh.
Okay, Neil, you've got about 4 laps of fuel left.
Guess what lap time I've just done? 7 minutes 53. Well, there's your answer. I wasn't expecting to do that time under 8 minutes. What's the time?
6:53 p.m.
So, probably not got time to do one more. I got a really bad habit of being a kind of a start-stoppy type driver. Not letting the car do the work, you know. Rolling it through the corners a bit more. No!
We think you might have gone outside of track limits there.
Yes, Jim. You think?
Alright, Neil, you've had some suspension damage there. Stay out.
What do you mean, stay out? There's no way I'm staying out with that suspension damage. So I got a full tank. We're gonna put it on full beans. Saves having to do a full untimed lap would make sense. Not sure why they didn't incorporate that. Okay, I won't do that in the qualifying then. Sometimes you can take the shortcut. So what do we got? We've got... Let's see, the... So we've got 3 Saubers and 4 Nissans. Let's see. Right, so 15 minutes of quali, start time 13 o'clock. It's not a private session. Are you serious? For a track like this, that is stupid. So then we're starting an hour later, and it's just cloudy, cloudy, cloudy. No rolling start, no formation lap, no scheduled for course caution, no mandatory pit stop. I don't know what I'm listening to, but I'm going to skip that track.
The pit exit looks clear.
not sure how I would come into the pits either. I think it's a straight line coming into the pits with this layout, from what I remember. But there's no way of knowing. Unless I do a full lap because it's blocked off. I can't remember if it's a closed session for quali or not, or whether people can join in quali. But it's very, very strange that we've only got 7 people here, but 13 people have signed up. For this race specifically. Right, so let's have a look. So people would have to come in that little slot there. I'm guessing that those barriers
Watch your speed.
aren't there in the... Because I mean, how much time would you lose coming into the pits? Because the pit speed is 40 kph. Nuts is what I call it. Nuts. Right, queue time.
Pit exit's clear. Okay, make those calls please, Claire. Okay, Neil, we've got 14 minutes to set a lap.
So with the full tank, I've got about 43 minutes of fuel. No, 35 minutes of fuel. I think we're going to need a pit stop. I don't think I'm going to be able to save that amount. I think we're only going to get one timed lap in, you know. You'll be very careful around this area here because that's where you can get track limits, but just got to keep nose clean for a lap. So if we can get under 8 minutes, that would be lovely.
Acknowledged. No more spot calls please, Claire. Okay, spotter calls, please, Claire.
I don't even know where everybody else is on the track. I've done a few standing starts, but I don't know what the rolling start procedure is in this, even if we did it. But I mean, in other games, we would normally do a manual rolling start, because I don't think the admins trust the game mechanics enough in any of the sims to not screw it up. How you would do a rolling start on this? I suppose you could possibly start the rolling start on the back straight of the GP circuit. I mean, they did say they would set the time to be 15 minutes. But that doesn't really make a difference even if it was 10. Because that still leaves just one flying lap. You won't get 2 in 15 minutes. Unless you're doing a sub 7 minute that time. Didn't hit any of the curbs. Because they hurt. Looks like we've had one disconnection, so we've only got 6 players now. Not sure who disappeared. It's just kind of a pity that this doesn't really have a good broadcast interface. I have to rely on SimHub to do the stuff, which is not really ideal. It works, but I'm assuming we're going to be doing 6 to 7 laps. So 1 full tank is 34 minutes. Give or take. That's on a rich fuel. Always gets so damn light over that. Now after you've done that, it's nice out lap. The last thing I want to do is screw up the actual timed lap. 2 people in the pits, I think. A lot of them are not going to do a quali lap. They just want to hang out on the back. Stay out of trouble. Get an easy track limit here as well. We've been given 10 for the race. So I can't afford to do 2 a lap. That's a good start. Too late for that call time.
Okay, Neil, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
Where I crashed in practice, so I was a bit more cautious. Driven this track so often in multiple sims. I think at this point people just assume that every sim is going to come with this track. They've been so used to games that have multiple cars, multiple tracks from different series, that it's sometimes a given. I got into a discussion with someone that was saying, oh, they should put Nordschleife into Le Mans Ultimate. People were trying to tell them that no, Le Mans Ultimate is not like every other sim. It's not a multi-license game. Yeah, but I want it. That's immaterial. You can want it all you want, but it's a single license game. That's how money works. Yeah, but R Factor 2 has it.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
That's not how licenses work, unfortunately. I like the fact that they did put 1970s in here. It would have been nice to have the 1960s version though. They did include the Nordschleife though, like the back roads of. Nürburgring. And the Bettenschleife, I think it's called. Bettenschleife. Pronunciation is probably absolutely awful. I apologise. YouTube corner. That's what I think it's dubbed. So I went out as soon as the timer dropped, and the qualifying's now over. So I wouldn't have got a second lap in anyway. Looks like we're going to beat our personal best by a little bit. 7:49. $7.49. John Van der Geest got a pit limit penalty, which probably means he has a. I think that you get a grid penalty for that. I think. Ooh. Really not sure what I'm going to do for fuel though. But it should, my UI should tell me whether or how much I should be refueling. So as long as we can get through the first few laps or so. As expected, I got beaten by 14 seconds. Okay, we'll be lucky to stay on the podium today then. So I lost 6 seconds in the first sector. I lost 7 seconds in the second sector. That's where I lost my time. So the first and second sectors, I'm just not confident. I think the third sector is literally just one corner and a straight, I think. I think it's maybe just before the last carousel. So John van der Geest gets a 1 position penalty. Because he sped on the pit lane. So 2 Saubers out front and Nissan in third. I don't think anyone else is going to be...
That's the end of the session, P2.
Well, that answered my question then. We're going to have to go back to the setup and make sure that we check everything. Because that's apparently how you change tyres.
44 minutes. P2. We have no recorded pit timings. This'll hurt the fuel estimates.
Okay. Okay. Right. Here we go. I don't know where the lights are going to be. Here goes nothing.
Acknowledged. We'll have spotter calls from here, please, Claire.
I think I was in the yellow and black Sauber last time, and I chose this one because I thought this one was the one I had last time. But
get ready.
No.
Okay, make those calls, please, Claire.
Car left. Still there. Clear left. On your left. Hold your line. Still there. Clear left.
Double yellows, watch out.
Left side. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear left.
just realised I should really be staying off the throttles as much as possible. I hate this corner. I got very close to the out of the track now. Right, now we're going to see how much wing it has.
Left side. Clear left.
Not a lot. Tony is gone. Oof. So slow around the carousel. Yep.
On your left. Clear left. Car left. Clear left.
I'm just getting eaten up on the straight.
P4.
Left side. Clear left.
Okay, Neil, the next car is guessed. The gap to P2 ahead is increasing. It's now 1.6.
I'm slowest at the most important part of the track. think I've been looking at the wrong fuel numbers. So I've been saving fuel for nothing.
P3.
What I also don't have is a way to turn up the boost from the cockpit. So I'm guessing that's probably what they're doing on the straight. Oh, dearie me. close as that through that section. Weakest in this section of the track. Just trying to put him off.
On your left, clear left.
Didn't want the space, but
Right side, clear right.
the only time that I don't go down into the unfortunately there's no way to adjust the boost pressure.
P2. The gap to P3 behind is now 1.1 seconds.
My arms are starting to hurt quite a lot because I've not been relaxing. take it easy at that corner. To go, there's 2 laps. I kind of regret doing the lift and coast at the start, but I mean I wasn't going to hold back Tony, considering he's 14 seconds a lap faster than my fastest lap. So. John is now dropping back because he's fallen foul of maybe fuel economy with the boost pressure.
The gap to P3 behind is now 1.8.
I've always kept my boost pressure at 85%, which is default, I think. Oh, he's now right up my chuff again. So he's regrouped. I was slow in that beginning section though, so.
On your right. Still there. Clear right.
P3.
You did a bloody handbrake turn. Right, this has got to be the last lap. Probably rue that mistake for going off down the straight. I was trying to change the music. So I was looking through the bottom of my headset to try and find a button to I think for next time I will possibly try and set my boost pressure to be one of my dials on my wheel. John, make it easy on me, make a mistake. This better be the last lap because I don't have enough fuel for another. Cannot see the apex of the corner. Cover the inside very well. Exactly where
right side, clear right.
was a piece of luck. He got it all out of shape. I now need to make the most of it.
Tony has took the win.
Well, I've got 4.5 seconds, but I just think he's going to blast past me on the straight. Keeping an eye on my mirror just to see if it's like a sour, but oh, that was nearly a blown engine. That would have been stupid. Oh. I got away with that. I absolutely scarpered with that.
Podium. Good drive. Well done, Neil.
Because I think John had me if he had not made that mistake. But I ended up with 7.6 litres left, which is half a lap of fuel. It does look like John finished, but he'd finished 6 seconds slower on that lap. But I am wondering whether people are messing around with the boost pressure, because for me personally it was okay boosting the default, which is 85%, but I don't have a control on my wheel to set the boost because, yeah. Maybe I need to think of doing profiles for my wheel for the assignments and stuff, so that I can I was hoping that John would still be on track, perhaps, to... But I wonder whether he was really running low on fuel at the end. But that was painful. Very, very painful. Feel that tomorrow. But I don't know if it was a matter of downforce, but because when I was behind him, I had him in the second sector. I think he was a little bit scrappy, and I think I had him through some of the faster corners. But it did seem that in most cases I was just blasted past on the straight, and I'm sure that's to do with boost. Maybe it was wing level? I'm not too sure. It could have been wing level. But, yeah. Ooh. I don't know, does it let you skip the cooldown lap? It doesn't. It says that someone's gone to the pits. So I don't know if that meant they were lapped or something. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Right. Let's see if I can... if I can get the... Right, okay. So, we're going to try and do our points. Try and do our points. Right, okay, let's put our points in. Looks like the championship leader wasn't here today. Which means that there was a little bit of an advantage. What am I looking for? That's the directory. And I think we want something maybe a bit more sedate, if that's okay, for the end of that race. Music-wise, right. Okay, so I got to think of how many points people have for each bit. So that's 40. I mean, I think that's going to be 41 because I think people get points for fastest lap. So I'm going to say Tony got fastest lap. 36. That's 33. That's 30. 28. 26. And 7th finisher. Oh, he's not in the championship yet. 24. Right, okay. Let's see if we can get this working. Oh, someone else has taken the championship lead. Interesting. Right, let's see if we can get this to work. Right, I'm going to copy that folder. Paste that there. Right, okay. So, championship standings have changed. So, championship has changed hands at the moment, but that is because our championship leader wasn't there today. So, Rob Milligan takes over the championship lead with 81 points. I've moved up 2 places to 4th place in the championship. I have only been there for 2 rounds, unfortunately. But we are due for the next 3 rounds. So, 4th round on the 19th of January will be Daytona Road Course. So that should be very interesting with drafting down the main straight and not getting any track limits through this bloody chicane. I think that's going to be the difficult part. Then we've got 2nd of February, which is Road Atlanta. Quite a tight course, I think, for some of these. Although there's a couple of straights to pass on, but visibility is going to be very tough to check for people firing out the inside. And then last round on 16th of February is Interlagos. So it's going to be a very interesting championship. I'm hoping. It does say 14 people have signed up for the last 3 rounds, but there was 12 people signed up for this round, but only 7 were able to make it, which is unfortunate, because I think it would have been a bit better if there was a few more people on track to play with. But I'm just glad I survived. My shoulders hurt, my back hurts. I'm going to feel this a lot more tomorrow, but I survived. I didn't spin, I didn't crash, I didn't run into anybody, so I would call that a win. Even though I got 2nd place, I would call that a win. So thank you for watching, everybody. Have a good rest of your evening, and I'll see you later.